and welcome. I am Paulami Sen and you are watching Hornbill TV. Now the news in detail. Forget landing in a bunker as golfers were faced with navigating against 2 angry lions, 20 hyenas and even a dead giraffe in what must be the world's trickiest par 5 golf course. The play at Skukuza Golf Club in the heart of Kruger National Park, eastern South Africa was forced to stop until the hazards could be cleared.
2 hunting lionesses at the 9-hole 18T course, which is unfenced from the wild animals, had brought down a fully grown giraffe on the fairway for breakfast. But as they tucked in and waited for the rest of the pride to join them, they were ambushed by a pack of 20 equally hungry hyenas who had smelled the fresh kill. Due to the sheer weight of numbers, the predatory hyena pack were able to shoo off the lions and claim the spoils, feasting on the stricken giraffe for a dawn meal. Although the 2 angry lionesses made several attempts to regain their hard-earned kill, they were no match for the smaller but more numerous hyenas in feeding frenzy. The crazy golf course in the middle of the Kruger National Park was initially built for staff in 1972 but opened up to members who live locally before adding tourists. But it comes with its own set of dangerous hazards as no fences separate golfers from the big 5 of lions, leopards, buffaloes, elephants and rhinos, plus other killer predators. Players are not allowed to tee off unless they sign an indemnity card clearing the club in case they are eaten. Club captain and greenkeeper Jean Rousseau described Skukuza as the world's wildest course. He said 4 young lions and lionesses came in and killed a giraffe at around 6:30 a.m. but were driven off by 20 plus hyenas who started ripping into the giraffe, eating it. The South African National Parks, who run the Kruger and the course, said it's not fenced in, so uninvited spectators are a common sight with lions, leopards and hippo to name a few.
It's been 13 years since the death of the King Michael Jackson. His songs such as Smooth Criminal, Beat It, etc. still makes the feet tap according to the beat, and his music is still evergreen. But unfortunately, it was his death in 2009 that clouded his legacy and is still a mystery. And now in some shocking revelation, Michael Jackson's tragic death was inevitable and there are multiple people to blame for this drug-induced cardiac arrest. LAPD detective revealed in a new bombshell documentary. The beloved king of pop died in June 2009 at his home in Los Angeles, and his personal physician at the time, Dr. Conrad Murray, was jailed for involuntary manslaughter. Dr. Murray administered Jackson various drugs to help him sleep on the night of his death at his rented home in Holmy Hills, Los Angeles. The 69-year-old heart surgeon was released from prison in 2013, having served half his 4-year sentence for involuntary manslaughter. LAPD detective Orlando Martinez admitted it was amazing that Michael Jackson didn't pass away sooner and believes that his death was inevitable. He further admitted that he doesn't think it's right Dr. Murray was wholly blamed for the pop star's death, but it was incredibly difficult to prove that others were to blame during the court process. He said that it was tough to even get other experts within the medical profession to help the case at the time, since they didn't want to get involved. After serving time in jail for involuntary manslaughter, Dr. Murray has now revealed on TMZ Investigates Who Really Killed Michael Jackson that he believes the other doctors who provided Michael with drugs over the years are complicit in his death. He also claimed that he was manipulated by the star, who never told him that he was suffering with a drug addiction when he became his physician. It was only when he arrived in Los Angeles to help him prepare for his This Is It comeback tour, he discovered that Michael kept a personal stash of the drugs. The doctor previously said Jackson, 5'11", frame had wasted to little over 9 stone. He was suffering from chills, insomnia and mood swings, and he was dependent on the prescription drug propofol to help him sleep. Murray claims he had weaned Jackson off the drug the singer called Milk Only days before his death on June 25, 2009. In a bombshell revelation, Meghan rebels in being compared to South African freedom fighter Nelson Mandela in a toe-curling magazine interview. Meghan said a cast member from South Africa told her they had celebrated when she tied the knot with Prince Harry. She revealed, "He said, I just need you to know, when you married into this family, we rejoiced in the streets the same we did when Mandela was freed from prison." The Duchess of Sussex, aged 41, was speaking to US magazine The Cut in a bombshell interview in which she claimed Harry told her, "I lost my dad" during their bitter Brexit split from the royal family. And she further suggested it was 37-year-old Harry's decision to stay apart from his father. Referring to her relationship with her estranged father, Thomas Markle, and the furor over Brexit, Meghan said, "Harry said to me, I lost my dad in this process. It doesn't have to be the same for them as it was for me, but that's his decision." Prince Charles, aged 73, was said to be saddened by the quote last night. In further evidence of the deep division in the family, it also emerged that Harry and Meghan won't see him, the Queen or William and Kate, when they come to the UK next week. At least 119 people have died in the last 24 hours alone due to flooding in Pakistan, taking the overall toll to over 1,000 since June, as the country's climate minister says a third of the country could be underwater.
Devastating flash floods have washed away roads, homes and crops, leaving a trail of deadly havoc across Pakistan. At least 1,136 people have died since the monsoon season began in June, according to officials. The summer rain is the heaviest recorded in a decade and is blamed by the government on climate change. Officials estimate that more than 33 million Pakistanis, 1 in 7 people, have been affected by the historic flooding. Heavy waters in the country's northern Swat Valley have swept away bridges and roads, cutting off entire villages. Thousands of people living in the mountainous area have been ordered to evacuate, but even with the help of helicopters, authorities are still struggling to reach those who are trapped. A national emergency has now been declared and the government has deployed the army to help the local administration cope in several provinces. Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa added that despite the best efforts, the centre, provincial governments, armed forces and welfare organizations required assistance in rehabilitating the flood victims as their resources were limited.
तो मैं अपील करता हूँ तमाम पाकिस्तानी अपने जो मुखय्यर हज़रात हैं कि वो सामने आएँ और इस मुश्किल हालात में अपने इन भाइयों की जो कि बहुत ही मुश्किल हालात हुए हैं इनकी मदद करें। हम अपनी पूरी कोशिश कर रहे हैं, लेकिन जैसे मैंने बताया कि फेडरल गवर्नमेंट, सूबाई गवर्नमेंट और आर्म फोर्सेस के वसाइल महदूद हैं, आप लोग सामने आएँ। जिस तरीके से भी आप मदद करना चाहते हैं, फाइनेंशियल करना चाहते हैं या थ्रू मटेरियल करना चाहते हैं, आप आए और इन लोगों की मदद करें ताकि इन लोगों को हम रिहेबिलिटेट कर सकें। रिलीफ ऑपरेशन और रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन तो तकरीबन ख़त्म हो चुका है। अब रिहेबिलिटेशन का मामला है और वो बहुत साल लेगा। इसके लिए हमें पूरी कौम की मदद चाहिए।
The former Prime Minister and Chairman PTI Imran Khan's telethon campaign for the flood victims collected a massive amount of 5.5 billion rupees in 2.5 hours. Imran Khan said that the country is going through a difficult time. The whole country is affected due to floods, and that's why we have decided that the whole country should face this situation together. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday expressed condolences to the families of victims who lost their lives due to unprecedented flash floods in Pakistan, which have killed over 1,100 people. In his first statement on the situation, PM Modi said he was saddened to see the devastation and hoped for early restoration of normalcy in the country. Modi's remark came on the same day that Pakistan's finance minister Miftah Ismail said that the Shehbaz Sharif government is considering allowing the duty-free import of vegetables and other edible items from India through the Wagah border in order to control the rising inflation. This comes 3 years after Pakistan downgraded trade ties with India over the Kashmir issue.
That's all the news for this hour. Thank you so much for watching Hornbill TV, and for more information, stay tuned.